Up on the roof.
Hello and welcome to episode 14 of Up on the Roof with me, Will and Ben.
Hello.
Hi.
We'll start today off with the fact that Will's got a new computer.
Oh, I have.
Yeah,
I don't know when. I don't know when we announced it on stream, didn't we? But
we did, but we
had
no
like
one
we had like a whole section on like PCs.
Yeah, my computer now is running at a cool 44 degrees.
What is your PC now not wanting to end its life?
I don't know because I downloaded the updated software, but I haven't played a game since on it.
All right.
So it may not want to end its life, but I can do the it did the analysis thing and it says the best options for me. So
Because at one point it seemed like it generally did want to die.
Yeah, it literally sounded like it was going to explode.
So that was an issue.
But Will's got virtually the same computer as me, apart from he's got a lot of RGB lights in his.
I have like the exact same PC. Otherwise, other than I went RGB settings on everything.
Yeah, literally anything he could put RGB on, he's got.
Right, literally, yeah, pretty much. That's not an over exaggeration. It's nice.
If he had the option, he would have the entire case RGB out, like the entire case made out of RGB lights.
If one thing I'm gonna say, if I was gonna do it again,
yeah,
I would get all the RGB stuff from the same company.
What?
If I was going to do it again, I'd get more.
Yeah, I'd go bigger on the RGB. You know, I don't think I went big enough this time round. I've got. So I have like 3 or 4 different softwares that I need to use to like actually change like every light in there. So if you're going to do it again, or if you are going to get like an RGB computer, like try and match as many components up together that work off either similar, like the same software, or just don't go for like what I did for like a mix match of RGB stuff.
Otherwise, you're gonna have to be flipping between softwares to match poorer colours and lights.
For days. Why literally days and days being spent on, matching colours.
I've finished watching Parks and Rec.
Have you?
That season was shit, wasn't it?
It wasn't the best.
I've only started to watch the last season, but I feel like the reason so far I've watched it, I feel like the only reason Ben doesn't like it is because Ron turns into something different.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Ron isn't like, Ron anymore.
It's just like all the
episodes. Ron
the
was your favourite.
It's a completely different style of episode to like all the other seasons.
Yeah, because Ben, because they were wrapping up the entire franchise.
Like, Ron wasn't Ron when I watched it, so I feel like as Ron was a big part of Ben's life,
wasn't enjoyable compared to the rest.
Ron was like a father figure to Ben.
So assuming that we won't see Ben until, let's say, maybe Christmas time, yeah? Ben's got a mustache like Ron Swanson.
Yeah, but I've got
and he starts to like seriously start.
He's wearing brown.
Yeah. Eating a shit ton of meat, drinking a lot of whiskey and everything like that.
Yeah, he's got his steak and his whiskey, but he drinks scotch, so you gotta respect him for that.
Yeah, scotch. He
doesn't
knows
drink bourbon.
his whiskey. Yeah, he knows his whiskey.
Doesn't drink that shit from America. What they dare.
Do you know? I found out what whiskey he drinks. Yeah.
Yep.
And it costs £50.
Is that actually a real whiskey?
It is actually a real whiskey. Yeah.
This is what I said. I don't want whiskey.
Yeah, it's a real whiskey.
No, but you're just drinking
Scotland.
it. You like jam. In that beginning episodes. That's what you are, then.
Where he's forced to drink whiskey and meat.
Where he's forced to be Ron.
Yeah, and he becomes seriously ill.
If anyone hasn't watched Parks and Rec, I want to clear what we're talking about, but it's a great TV show. You should give it a watch.
It is a good TV show. I've also bought the entire Blackadder thing.
Why have you brought it?
Because I couldn't find it on Amazon Prime or Netflix.
Oh.
So I thought I'd buy it and I'd watch it.
You need to go into the dark, stingy place of the internet to watch it, mate.
Yeah.
You have to go down them back alleyways where,
Back in the days of Cody when it actually fucking worked.
You don't use Cody now, you just use online browsers.
I just Google like movie followed by Putlocker.
Yeah, that does work. But that's still retro.
Yeah.
That was how you did it back in the day. Nowadays it's more like
Exactly.
You know?
Ben's so much like Ron, he doesn't like change. So
Yeah.
he's not going
Well,
to anything
I
new.
used to do just whatever movie's name online, but that doesn't work anymore because now it gives you like a bunch of paid ones.
Yeah, well,
I'm like-
they've cottoned onto that. They've
Yeah, they've
cottoned onto
cottoned
that's what
onto
people
it.
did. But the only issue is, like, all the websites I use, you have to like alternate between them because they go down. Because obviously they get sued, and then they
Mine
have
they
to
go down, but
close.
some of them get like really slow occasionally.
No, mine go down, and then you like sitting there going, oh, and then you have to wait for them to come back up, so you have to move to a different one.
I didn't remember where you are in the film.
It's when you're browsing through and it doesn't tell you whether it's like what quality it is, and then you click on it's like, oh, is that already out? It's like click. It's like, oh well, it's someone recording from a camera in a movie.
Oh,
theater. Yeah. I'm not watching this.
I don't watch films that much on it though. I tend to stay away from films.
Well, I always look on Amazon and Netflix first.
So at least
because...
you're trying to help out the TV
No,
production
because it's
company.
easier to watch it on Amazon and Netflix. Like quality's normally better and it's normally not as laggy.
Got a point.
Fair one.
But no, I mean it's like I forgot what I was gonna say now.
It's your birthday soon, isn't it, Will?
It is big time.
I'll bring that paint thinner over that you can try.
Ain't finna.
Yeah, the rum that Cameron told us about.
Yeah, strip the walls of that stuff.
Yeah, literally, it's 57% alcohol.
Alright, yeah. I get you.
And it's fucking strong. Literally, I think that if you had a sip of this, you'll be pissed.
Oh.
I've had 60%.
Well, Ben, yeah.
I had a litre and a half bottle at 60% in my room. For like
My name's Ben, and I'm a big boy.
Yeah, I drink 6% vodka.
Yeah.
Whenever I can't get to sleep. So that's virtually all the
That's what
time.
made the burn. I no longer get alcohol burn, like the harsh taste when you originally drink it. It's drinking super high.
That's like the worst part.
I've had
Yeah.
absinthe as well. Like
Like that
70%
burn
absinthe.
lets you know that you're alive. Without that burn, you'd be like dead inside.
Do you know how it's a good alcohol as well?
Yeah.
Will was telling me about this, and I couldn't believe it was true.
Shit, what did I say?
But Weatherspoons and the fact that
Did
they're
you
not
black,
selling.
did you black out in the middle so you didn't know what he said? Because that's what happened for me.
No, like Will said to me that Weatherspoons, was it Weatherspoons? Aren't
Yeah,
going to be
spoons.
aren't going to be serving any foreign alcohol.
It's Jaeger at the minute.
Oh, yeah, you go.
And then their boss has sort of gone on like a anti-EU rampage. But then Trump's like done something with China today.
He has.
They're having some sort of war.
Hmm.
Some trade war. I mean...
Oh, that's been for a while. That's been speaking about.
Yeah, but they've ramped it up today because now they're putting taxes on each other, like huge taxes.
They just keep on like putting taxes on shit.
So, and then he hit them, and then they were like, bitch, we'll slap you with a massive tax. And then, like, he's like, oh, but trade wars are really easy to win. Yeah.
Oh, like, yeah.
Well, they are if the other side needs you, or is solely dependent on you, and they aren't like
But then
as
you got
big
the
as
other side
economy as you.
wasn't the only major economical power beside yourself in the world anymore. Well,
Yeah,
the other
if
side
you're like...
wasn't China.
Yeah. So, like, if you picked on, like, a smaller country, then, yeah, definitely trade wars are easy. Like a war would be if
I
you
reckon-
pick a side with, like, no military.
So if we decided to trade, if England decided to trade for Wales, Wales would be fucked, I reckon.
Yeah, like that makes sense. But if we decided to, like, trade war, like, France
Yeah.
with similar sort of levels here, you know, we're both equally gonna get fucked.
They can just go the other way, like...
Yeah.
They can actually go to the EU where we're just
They can,
fucked
like,
now.
holler at Germany. Like, holla! Obviously not like that, they just take some sausages over there or something, you know? We know you like a sausage. Here you go. That and just steins of beer. That's all they need. But yeah, so, I mean, in
Or the keys
theory,
to Paris.
a trade war would be good, but I mean, yeah.
Going against someone that's virtually the same.
No, I think
Economic.
China's more powerful than America.
I'd say, yeah, probably, like, economic growth. I don't actually know. I don't really know the figures, but I mean...
Especially its influence in the East and in Africa is like getting really big.
Yeah. I just guess, like,
America's
manufacturing.
pulling out everywhere. As soon as America pulls out, China just sends in a bunch of investment. And then they suddenly...
Trying to do a nice way of, like, you know...
Have you heard their Silk Road? So they've got like the Silk Road and then like So the Silk Road is meant to be like land-based trade routes where they've just built up like loads of railways, roads, and then they're also doing like boat-based. So they've got two big economic plans to increase trade.
What, in the sea?
Well, there's one is on the land, one's in the sea. The sea one is, if you know, they build those islands in the South China Sea.
Yeah.
Claim more of the sea for them.
Oh right, yeah.
Like it's kind of what to do with all that.
But also the Chinese are doing it against, not against the, well, technically it is, isn't it? Because they're trying to declare international airspace as their own.
Yeah, they did that for a bit. They claimed airspace.
But I was watching a couple of videos on it.
It's because in that area there's like loads of islands or something.
Oh yeah, the South China Sea. There's loads of islands and man-made islands, and they're trying to claim as much international sea as they can by having.
Yeah, but then there's also like other countries that are like quite close off that.
Yeah, and also
like all their airspaces get really close. So it's like a big. So do you know when them diagrams, so you have the circles, and there's like that bit in the middle where they all have in common.
Yeah.
They don't agree with the borders, do they?
No, so like it's sort of like that bit in the middle where they're all sort of like that's ours, and everyone else like no, but it's ours.
That's why they're building the islands. They're trying to make it and putting bases on them to make it seem they've got.
Yeah, because they've built 3 airfields now. In total. Like they've got a massive one, and then they've got 2 smaller ones. But there was American military and like Australian ones as well have flown over it, taking photos and everything. And China's like, you need to leave the airspace. This is Chinese. This is the Chinese airspace, and they're like, no, it's not. It's international airspace. Fuck off. Mate. What are you gonna do? You're gonna shoot us out the sky?
Well, probably.
Well, what I saw is like this really it's like this video on YouTube, I think it was, and it was like off our coast, well not off our coast, but on like right on the border of our airspace.
Yeah.
Russians had like 2 jets.
Yeah.
Or was it 2 jets? Oh no, it was 4 jets and a big plane.
Yeah.
Just flying like right close to our border, like basically taking the piss.
Yeah.
So we sent up like 2 planes, 2 jets to follow them to make sure they didn't come on our side.
Yeah.
And that did nothing. They carried on for ages doing it. And then they got close to like an American airfield over here, like an American base with an airfield. Yeah. And they sent 8 fighters up to the Russians, like on the edge of our border.
Yeah.
And the Russians just fucked off.
I mean, literally,
what
like,
they're doing is they're pushing their limits. They're seeing how far they can take it before something happens.
Yeah,
I have complete and utter faith in our fighter pilots, but in a logical sense, are they going to be scared of 2 planes when they've got 4 and a big one, or are they going to be more scared of the Americans' 8 versus their 4?
The quality of the planes, though, like what quality of the Russian fighters compared to ours? Maybe ours just fire 2 missiles and they're dead straight away.
Yeah, but I mean, they'd have gone off, but it was like the Americans just showed, like, we didn't show, like, force.
Like, it's not
really a forceful move, is it?
Trying to be more diplomatic and not trying to cause World War III. Whereas they'll be like, just keep an eye on them, make sure they don't cross the border. If they do, call more backup.
Yeah, and then they got too close to the American part, and they're just like, yeah, we're going up.
Anyone think we're overdue for a big war?
I don't know if we're overdue, because, I mean, yeah, we've had 2. Yeah, but if you think, like, in the history sort of things, there's been 2 big ones, and they happen to be relatively close to each other.
Before, I was looking, felt like we were, personally, I felt like we were overdue, so I went and looked at all the casualties for each war. I'm like, before that, you'd have wars going to the hundreds of thousands, like, every, like, 50 to 100 years.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have a big war soon.
Yeah, but not like a world war.
Not necessarily a world war, but...
Because there's normally, like, just independence wars, wasn't it? Or, like, civil wars, that's the one I wanted.
We still had a lot... Well, at that point, we had a lot in India and shit.
Yeah. So, like, a lot of, like, that sort of stuff went on.
I feel like we need one during our generation.
We don't need... But no one needs a... I
feel like we're going to get one.
Yeah, we are overdue on it.
No, but nowadays war, it wouldn't be a war, would it? Let's be honest here. Like, it's just... As soon as... Because if you pit the big powers against each other, they've all got nukes. So, no one. It's no way to do it.
Can
That's
we go
why.
bully countries that don't have nukes?
That's why America fuck over the ones with oil that don't have nukes.
Yeah, there's only like 16 countries in the world that don't have nukes. In it. It's like us, America,
It's like
France,
even less than that. I think it's only
Pakistan,
I think
India, Russia, China.
I think it's like I don't think it might only just be in the double figures, but I don't think it's far.
Well, I know UK, France are the only two in Europe I can think. Or Russia, but Russia's having Asia. China, Pakistan, India, USA.
Is it does Pakistan? Because I know one of the countries has nukes.
Isn't India?
America got really annoyed at us because we gave them nukes.
Yeah, well, they probably earned them.
No, it was to stop India and Pakistan fighting by saying, "Look, you both got nukes now, so shut the fuck up."
Just don't argue. You've both got nukes. Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 countries with nukes.
United States, Russia, UK, France, China,
India, Pakistan, North Korea, and Israel.
But aren't the North Korean and Israel ones?
I don't know what non-NTP nuclear powers means. Have detonated a nuclear explosive for the 1st January. I don't know what that means, but yeah. So there's only 9 countries, but I mean that's why you can just mess around with all the little countries and not have to worry too much.
Yeah, there was a bunch of wars between India and Pakistan, so we went both nukes. So they still have skirmishes, but their casualty numbers since we gave them nukes have gone down like massively.
I've just read something about like where they've on here it says where they first tested their nukes, and obviously the Americans was New Mexico and everything. Yeah,
that's what you want to.
And the Pacific Islands.
But then I got to the UK, and apparently we tested one in Australia.
No, I feel like we missed a trick there. It should have been on France.
It should have been on France. Stop them from having a nuke.
Yeah, it should have been like chuck that one over the edge.
Yeah, we go to other countries. Yeah, you can't have things, but you've got them. Yeah, but you can't.
Right. You're not allowed them.
Apparently, it was off a small island off Australia.
Like, and he goes, but you've got nukes. It's like...
Yeah, because it's North Korea and Israel, two that aren't meant to have nukes
but
on the list. And so it's sort of like, I think there's like a treaty set up where basically it's like the nuclear thing. So countries join it, and basically that's all cool. And a lot of other countries don't want nukes because the amount of money it costs to like maintain and to have. Yeah. And like the research that goes into like buying a nuke, obviously, they don't want that in their lives. So they just don't worry about that. But then if you do want to have a nuke and you don't go through like the proper channels of trying to get nukes, you then get hit with like massive like trade restrictions. Yeah, that's why a lot of countries just aren't that bothered by it. But because obviously nowadays testing has really died down.
Germany's got a bad history.
Yeah, you definitely look at the past.
Even though we most probably would not have nukes if it wasn't for Germany, because all the Americans that did a lot of their stuff, a lot of their rockets. Like we never got to the moon is one big thing. If it wasn't for the German scientists that were like kidnapped by the Americans and Russians, like after
just
the war,
do bigger things, better things.
They kind of like kidnapped all the scientists. It's like
it's Operation like Paperclip, wasn't it, or something like that? That's called, where they just like took a lot of them and like, yeah, you know, we don't really care what you're doing over there, but come and work for us. So that's why it's good to be a German scientist when it fell, because you didn't really have many repercussions, really.
Unless you were one of the worst ones.
Oh, yeah. What happened to that death camp guy that kept on doing shit on twins?
Don't know.
Yeah. Do you remember in history when Mr. Bransfield said to us about concentration camps? And then he was on about there was a book, and he said to us that he's read it, and there's like one place that was a scientist at like a building full of science experiments, and he goes, some of the stuff that the book said was happening there, I can't repeat to you because it was that horrific.
I mean, yeah, there was a lot of bad shit going on.
A lot of like lobotomy kind of shit.
Yeah, like
trying to find the perfect soldier or the perfect human.
Or just just tests. You know what I mean?
They took identical twins because then they could use one as a control subject.
I mean, it's not great.
No,
it's not great at all.
Moving away from doom and gloom.
Yeah.
The Emmys were this week.
Okay.
Yeah. this week or last week. Game of Thrones won best best TV show, I think.
Of course it did.
What else was on?
Even though didn't even have an episode this year.
Who's it up against?
Year since the last Emmys.
I don't know, but the winners were the whole night. Game of Thrones, Saturday Night Live, The Crown. That fucking comedian, that Amazon exclusive with that stand-up woman set in like New York in like the 60s or 50s.
I haven't got a clue.
Oh.
Also, a director proposed to his girlfriend.
Yeah, I saw that
on air when he got an award.
Yep.
Risky fucking business, because what happened if she said no?
Yeah, that would have been awkward as fuck.
I was watching an interview with the Amazing Spider-Man guy.
Andrew Garfield?
At one award ceremony, he was sitting next to Ryan Reynolds.
Yes, I know this.
And he said, "If I win, can I kiss you instead of my wife?" Or he said, "Kiss me instead of your wife, because it'll be funny." And then he didn't win, and then there's just a picture of
because
accepting the awards.
His ex-girlfriend Emma Stone won an award, and seemed that Ryan Reynolds didn't get an award. Literally, when she accepted her award, all you can see in the background is Ryan Reynolds and Andrew Garfield just snugging.
Was it when Emma Stone accepted hers? I thought it was when Ryan Reynolds was up for his award when he didn't get it. I don't think it was a petty thing. I thought it was more of a comedic thing.
I'll find out.
Oh, wait up. My TV is about to go to sleep. Is that iron about this? I want to sleep.
Oh, someone got... So, Westworld actually got...
Adam's really loud fucking keyboard.
Ridiculously loud.
No way you're stealth typing on that.
Nope. Oh, no. It wasn't when Emma Stone got an award. It was when
Ryan didn't get his, but it was the person he was against.
What's his name? The fucking... Oh, what the fuck is his name? The one that everyone thinks is really good looking. Who was in the new Blade Runner. In La La Land. Ryan Gosling.
Yeah. Ryan Gosling.
When Ryan Gosling got his award, so Ryan Reynolds and Andrew Garfield just kissed.
There's no good comedy series this year at all nominated, was there?
Nah.
Like Kirby and Food, Silicon Valley. I like it, but I don't find it very funny. I
couldn't get into it.
No.
I struggled. I'm gonna come clean. I struggled.
Lead actress, Clara Foy, Crown.
Yes, she got it for the Crown.
Drama series Game of Thrones dominates with This Is Us. Don't even know what that is. Westworld, The Crown, Handmaid's Tale.
But I haven't really watched too many new shows this year.
Leading actor. Oh, what even is it? The Americans? I've not even heard of it.
The Americans is set during the Cold War, and it's about Russian spies living in America.
Ooh.
A lot of the leading actors and leading things got for the same. Everyone seems to come from the same bloody program.
To be fair, that Amazon Tom Clancy thing.
Yeah.
That's quite good.
Have you watched it?
Yeah. I got fed up for seeing all the adverts for it. So I was like, I'm just going to watch it, see what happens.
Tom Clancy's the same people who make Rainbow Six, isn't it? Yeah, Tom Clancy.
It's a guy.
Same books. Book.
Yeah.
Animated program, Pickle Rick gave us Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Pickle Rick.
But no, so that's quite a good show. I was hoping some I don't really know how. I haven't really read Tom Clancy's books, so I don't really know how or if they are interconnected at all.
No idea. What Venom comes out on the 3rd of October.
Venom.
And then I think Bohemian Rhapsody comes out on the 23rd of October.
Has anyone seen Last Week Tonight with John Oliver?
No.
No.
I'd give that a watch. I think it's really good.
Is that that's a host show though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a news show, but it's quite like facty.
Is it once a week or is it quite a lot?
Yeah, once a week.
I see like the clips, like best clips of it.
It's HBO.
I know it's very like clip worthy. Like a lot of people do make clips of it.
Like,
and they do make it to Facebook.
There's like really long stories in it, so you'll find like it. So one is like literally about nukes. He's talking about how the American nukes are stored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're stored like the nuclear silo door was broken, so it's wedged open with a crowbar. The computers are that old; they have to use the old like 15-inch floppy disks, not the little floppy disks.
But isn't that like? Don't they say that's like also do like security?
Yeah.
No, but like
they can't be hacked then.
One of the guys in charge of it got when they went over to talk to like meet some Russian ambassadors, got pissed while I was in Moscow, went for Mexican food and like tried to buy a hooker or something. Like a bunch of them got like they were seen testing the answers to a quiz they had to do to each other and a bunch of shit like. It was like that bad that like a bunch of officers have just been removed, and like the president had to just remove a bunch of his because nukes are kept by the Air Force. So, like, a bunch of Air Force officers just got like fired.
So there's a lot of nukes. Like they do have a lot.
They've got thousands, I think. A lot of them are so old that they're pretty much redundant. They need to be thrown away.
Yeah, like they've got a lot of old stuff, so it's not like it's just old.
Are we not? Wasn't there a part of the treaty where they're not allowed to make any more?
No.
I don't know if you're not allowed to make any more. I don't really know what the rules are, to be fair.
No, I don't think that's the thing.
Last Sunday, the boat building challenge went up.
Did?
It got received well.
Did it?
It did. 26 views, 3 comments, and 2 likes. Granted, one of them is Jack trying to think that he's subtle, saying that Jack person's sexy.
Oh, fair play.
You clearly not seen the reply.
And then Ben shot him down, saying that he prefers the tall blonde one.
So 3 comments, 2 of them are Ben and Jack.
Two of them are Ben and Jack, and the other one's Cameron.
So we basically made no ground.
Saying, I see you are reenacting the Battle of Trafalgar. The French side.
I wanted to say Titanic. I thought Titanic was more fitting for our boat.
I liked the Unsinkable too, because clearly there was an Unsinkable 1, but
yeah.
Thank.
So
just wait until Unsinkable 3 comes along.
Yeah.
Third time's the charm, boys.
The plan is to hopefully do it sometime next year, because it's too late in the year now to do it again, because it's going to get really cold soon.
And Pew doesn't go outside when it's cold.
No, I don't mind doing it if it's cold.
He cocoons up
we
and
might
he hibernates
not have the time
for the winter.
But I feel like we've got an idea of what we want to make again, and we can do it.
He sits in his room and he doesn't socialise.
I reckon if we built that boat again and just had a bit of expandable foam to shove at the front, it would have worked
To be
perfectly.
fair,
Yeah,
if we would have brought expandable foam to put in the cracks around our boat, we would have set. It wouldn't have sunk.
It would have been sorted. The fact that as well, if next time when we've got our £60 limit,
I don't think we could have done it for. I don't think we'll ever have that sort of chance again with that sort of wood, because
most of it
was the base
yours.
which was your wood, wasn't it?
Yeah,
and you needed that.
Yeah.
That was the key part. That saves a lot of money.
It saved us a lot of money. With the stuff that we brought, we literally brought the sides and then the supports
Also need
for
bigger
underneath.
barrels. Bigger barrels would have helped.
But I think next time we'll just go for this virtually maybe the same design, but just tweak it a bit.
Yeah, probably. But that's ages away.
Yeah,
If we have more money, we could make it bigger. Do we need the barrels if we make it?
Yes, because Jack's Lake isn't that big.
No, but Jack's Lake doesn't affect how much it floats.
No, but I mean, I don't think we should go for bigger, because bigger means more expensive. If anyway, you should be going smaller.
No, just steal a canoe and just chill with a canoe.
Yeah, why not do it?
We'll just do some modifications.
Who built this?
Don't read into it too much.
And they go, it's not even made out of wood, it's a plastic one. Yeah, we built it.
Really good.
Ben
work.
channeled his inner Von Swanson and made a canoe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, honest, it would actually be really good to have like a wood workshop. I feel like you guys agree if you had one as well.
Yeah, it would be quite good.
I was like, all my money's being gold.
Yeah, just have that ability to say that I buried
really
gold.
Really good to have when the economy's shit.
Yep. All my money's buried in gold. And then also, I want my will to have the bunch of random symbols on it. So I can just go around and make sure, like, yeah, I knew not to be afraid of you, bitch.
The person who kills me will know what the symbols mean.
Oh, see, Will's got the equivalent of my will.
See, that'd be great if you could do that. Because I mean,
you should kill me now at the peak of my money. I've got four and a half grand in the bank.
You're not employed anymore. You're not going to uni.
Yeah, kill me now before I lose all my money. The 4.5 grand.
It's really gone bad for you. You've hit hard times, mate. I need to see you come out of these hard times to know.
So he doesn't feel guilty when he does kill you.
Yeah. I'm relying on you making all that money and then you suddenly dying under normal circumstances, and I get all the money then.
We all know I'm dying first.
Even if you have kids, I'm still getting all the money.
Well, all I want is I don't like fancy funerals. I'm cool with the whole.
You think you're getting a funeral?
Literally, it's ditching the side of the road.
So you're going to be an unmarked grave that the council have to
donate my body and then or sell my organs. Either one works.
No, I'm not even going to do that. Like you're going to be one of them people that just sit in the morgue for years until they suddenly think, oh, maybe we should bury this guy.
No, they don't keep them. They just burn them and then shoot them in a little pot, and no one collects them in the pot.
That's where you're going, mate.
I'm cool.
I love the fact that Ben may make another will down the line, years to come, and forget all about the will that you gave Will.
You know, it makes it void, right? It's the most recent will that counts.
And the fact that Will will still contest it.
No, he can't.
No, not if he's got a new will.
I reckon you should still contest it, Will.
He'd lose.
Yeah, I'd lose. I could contest it all I like, but I'd lose and it'll cost me money. So the day before he gets that one side.
So Will's going to have to go hunting for my will through like my deck and burn the new will. So his will's the one that applies.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So he'll have to find out I die before anyone else does and just get in there straight away. That happens actually quite often. Like families. Go like will hunting, whoever finds it first. If they don't like what they see, they then get rid of it.
Rare to Tipex.
But no, it happens when people die. People get it splits up families occasionally, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does.
It does split up families. Over a piece of
Adam's
paper.
siblings already hate him about the Nissan Juke, and they're just hiding it.
But I feel like at this end of the video, if anyone's made it this far, they should all be excited because Ben is going to start producing content.
Yeah, Ben's officially now part of RTB. And if you go to the About page on the channel, he's actually replaced Joe in the lineup. Joe's still part of the channel.
To be fair, we could say in this video Joe's been replaced. He wouldn't watch it, so there you go. Especially this far in.
Yeah, so it literally says Adam, Will, Ben, and Joe. So Joe's been moved to the end of the line, even though he was where you were, Will.
So Ben's going to start making some content for the channel.
Yeah, so Ben just needs to decide what he wants to make and how often he wants to upload it.
Well, it's not how often he wants to upload it. I mean, it's not like he can just willy-nilly. Now that he is not at uni, now that he hasn't got any reason
not to make any videos.
Yeah.
And being tired's not a good excuse, Ben.
It's not a good excuse, but I'm going to use it.
Yeah. But you can't be tired all week. Just had a really tired week, mate. Just a week straight, just tired.
Yeah, he literally came to the TeamSpeak. He yawned and said, "Oh, busy day." And he goes, "No, I've done fuck all."
Yeah. It's just the effort of him getting on TeamSpeak.
I woke up tired. It was one of those days.
No, it was the effort of you actually getting onto TeamSpeak. Just like, the clicks involved.
Alright, my computer was turned off.
That adds time. If the PC turned off, you got to then have to turn it on.
Yeah.
People don't really realise what you go through.
It's not like Ben's computer starts up within a couple of seconds.
Not at all.
Oh, like when you get home and you're like, I'm hungry, but I cannot be asked cooking. That's a big issue in my life.
Yeah, I have that.
Dinner you had last night looked quite good.
Like in the
Last
morning,
night?
when I can't bother to make
Sunday.
breakfast, I ate muffins.
I ate out last night, so.
Did you?
Or I had something at the SU bar.
What's the SU bar?
Student Union Bar.
You're not allowed to be in there anymore, Ben.
Yeah.
It's really cheap. They do ask for your student card, but I still got mine, so fuck it.
So you can get away with that.
I was like, you're gonna throw your card away? And I was like, nope, I'm gonna get free McDonald's. Like,
Yeah, get free McDonald's. I'm gonna eat in that cheap place.
Well, I don't know. Like, other people are allowed to eat there. You're allowed to bring friends along, and there's been people not part. I don't know why they ask for your student ID occasionally. I think it's they ask for your student ID. If you don't have that, they then ask for your real ID.
Fair enough.
But I'm looking forward to Ben pumping out some videos to see what kind of stuff he brings.
Well, I've not edited before. So take a while.
That'd be really shit.
Just like Adam's editing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, is it shit or going to take me like really long to do?
It depends how.
When Jack first edited his video, it took him a long time, didn't it?
Like, if you want to like learn, then it's easy. Like, it's not hard. Like, to get good at editing doesn't take a very long time if you're dedicated. If you
Adam's
don't mind,
trying to find that sweet spot.
You don't mind just messing about with like the editor to learn different stuff. It's like
if you were gonna get one, Ben, I'd say get what me and Will have got, because then we can help you out if you need it.
Yeah.
So inspiration from other people.
On that note,
that's another Adam PA.
Yeah. On that note, we'll end it there.
Alright, cool.
And we will see you next week. Goodbye.
In a bizzle.